Okay, ratet mal, wo ich bin. Vielleicht findet ihr es selber raus. Auf jeden Fall werde ich jetzt ein bisschen Fußball spielen und mir die neuen Features von PES 2017 angucken. Ich freue mich sehr. Ich finde, PES hat sich in eine richtige Richtung entwickelt und ja, bin gespannt, wie sich der neueste Teil spielt und was sich getan hat. Und ihr seht das jetzt auch. Viel Spaß.
Das ist gerade ein bisschen frustrierend, Ede, was geht da ab?
Ey, ich habe die Latte getroffen und Nachschuss Müller und es ist spektakulär. Aber generell, was ich hier abliefere, ist überragend.
Das ist dein Glück, dass ich es nicht abfilmen darf gerade.
Das ist überragendes 0-0 von mir. Sehr stark, sehr stark. Alright, could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do on PES 2017?
Sure, my name is Bhatti. I'm the PES Global Product and Brand Manager.
All right, you gave a pretty nice presentation that I just saw, and it was very interesting because you brought up a lot of points that I think were discussed in the community. Would you say that this is a game that's very much based on community feedback?
I think it has to be. I think PES is a game that just celebrated 20 years, and if we're going to reach the next 20 years, it has to be focused on why people play PES, right? Because I think right now there's obviously one really big competitor, and we have to be careful with our game. Because a few years ago, certainly before PES 15, which was I think the big game changer, a lot of fans sort of questioned what we were doing with the game and if we really knew why they loved the game as well. So for us, the fans are vital. So whenever we think about improving the game, first and foremost, we look at what the fans are saying. We have global surveys every year as well.
Just played a couple of games, and what I was realizing was that it's very hard to score a goal now. You have to really work because the defense is very strong. What changes did you make that it's so hard for me, for a long time player, to score a goal?
I think we started to make it a little bit too easy for you, and I think we're trying to challenge you now a little bit as well. First and foremost, I think you're right. It's difficult to score, but it's not difficult to play. And I think that's the balance. That's what you want to achieve in a football game. A lot of that is based on the new AI, learning how you play, for sure.
The adaptive AI?
Fantastic, yeah. So obviously, it makes you always think twice about doing the same thing over and over. If you want to cross the ball all the time, the AI will block the wings. If you use a player more than most, they will double mark him. So it keeps you guessing as well. And also, once you get into that position of scoring a goal, you'll find the goalkeepers are fantastic now as well. We've completely reworked the goalkeepers.
All right. Tell us a little bit about the other new features, like new game modes and new animations and stuff like that.
Yeah, so well, in terms of the animations and the visuals, so we're using Fox Engine, and the most important thing about that is, as I say every year, I think, is Fox Engine keeps improving. You know, and that is really exciting for us working on PES, because it means that every year we'll be able to surprise you and go, how did you do that in 1 year? And I think in terms of the esports scene and the competitive nature, we've brought in new versus match analysis. And this actually goes across many modes. And what it does, it captures how you play, whether you like to pass the ball or go long, counter-attack, for example, and also logs in your favorite type of move as well. If you're very physical and slide tackle, or whether you like to pass the ball or intercept, things like that.
That's a fantastic feature, because you can analyze yourself, which you maybe not doing so much because you just play your style and you don't realize how often you do the same stuff, and now you have it like it's right there, and you can see. Maybe I should go more over left because I'm always going over the right side.
And I think I think this will play a really important role, especially in esports as well, because you'll be able to learn from people who have just beaten somebody that you just can't beat. Maybe, as you mentioned, you don't realize that your weaknesses are quite obvious to everybody because your stats are there showing it as well. I think Versus is something that we're really excited about. As I mentioned, it's in a number of modes, and it will always track your data as well. So you can even add your friends to your Versus data, and you'll be able to see how they've played and also your scores against them and your different friends as well. So it's a fantastic tool.
Speaking of data, another important feature that may be overlooked by some people, but which is a huge deal in the community, is the share that you can share your data now, your edited players, because let's face it, you don't have the license of all the players, so it's like community work. We can talk about it. Everybody knows it. It's like that. But I can talk about it. You maybe not. But it's like that. So it's an important feature to get what we want, and it's out there, and it's now easy to get.
Yeah, I think I can't talk about it anyway that you did, but we're really happy. I think, I think you mentioned many things that I do agree with. And for us, actually, it's not been overlooked. We've been looking at our social media, we've been looking at how the fans are reacting, and that's most definitely the number one thing that they're super excited about. Last year, we did bring in picture importing, and it was a solution for sure, but it took maybe 10, 15 minutes to do everything properly, and now you just have one file and it takes 5 seconds. So I think everyone can see the potential. We're really excited about the game. What I'd like the fans to be with us right now is a little bit patient, because they still want to know the release date, who's going to be on the cover, when they can really see the final gameplay trailer. So we promise you we will announce very soon.
All right. Then thanks a lot. My TH is always a little bit off. Thanks a lot. And ja, das war's zu Pro Evolution Soccer. Sophia macht jetzt noch 8 Tonnen Untertitel. Nee, müsst ihr selber übersetzen. Tschüss.